Okay, Jessica, we were actually really close here. But I knew the calculation we were getting was off, and I didn't see exactly what that was at first. Part of it was that it was the actual equation for the materials was 0.05 or 5 cents times the diameter of the pizza squared. Okay, so, and you had a 50 cents in there, so that made a difference. Let's talk about a couple of things here, okay? You've got a couple of these variables up here that really, like labor, really should be, a constant, because what you're paying them is, it might change over time, but for the purpose of this program, it's a constant. So when we have a constant, we should name it in all caps like that and say what it's equal to right away. And the same thing with the delivery charge. And underscores between there. So while the delivery charge might change over time, for the purpose of this program, it's a constant for right now. Oops, and I put some stuff in the wrong place here. Let me move that. And then I know you missed one thing too. We had another variable. And we should, whenever we have constants, we shouldn't use dim. We should use const, right? So we got those, and there was one more constant, and that was rent. It said that for each pizza you make, no matter what the size, it's going to be about $1 rent, right? So we've got, you set your variables, right? You got input from the user, so the user says in the text box what size the pizza is they want. So this is get input from user. Then we want to perform calculations, and actually we're kind of bundling up a bunch of calculations in here, really. If we should have a variable here that is like the materials it takes for the pizza, like the dough and sauce and whatever and cheese. That's going to be what's equal to this 0.05 times the pizza diameter squared, right? So this is going to be DEC materials, and it actually equals this right here. Okay, it would have calculated correctly, but we should, if we're going to have a separate variable, we kind of should break it out. And then the total cost is equal to, let's just take this all the way back, delivery charge, right? Plus the rent, right? Plus what we have, labor, plus what we figured out for the materials. Okay, and so we've got our perform calculations, and actually I'll put it right here. And then you got your display answer to the user, right? So those were our steps of the algorithm. So now if we run this and we put in a 12-inch pizza, it should come out to like 1045. That's right. Now, you were trying to do some really good things in here, like give them a choice, and if they did a pickup or delivery, and talk about choosing other toppings. And actually, your interface for this was better and way more than what you had to have. You only had to have them put the size of a pizza in inches, and you calculate out this stuff. The thing about these other things in here is you kind of have to know something about the logic control statements, which you're going to learn next week. In other words, like an if-then statement. So like if red deliveries checked, then add the delivery fee. If it's not checked, then you don't add it, that kind of thing. And we'll learn about that next week. So the main thing was to get these variables set right, get the input from the user from the text box, calculate what the materials cost, add up everything for the cost of the pizza, then display it. Like I said, I think your interface, what you're doing here is good. We're getting a little bit ahead of yourself, and we were running out of time early this morning. We're really pretty close to having it where we needed to be, but we were kind of running out of time, so I figured me just putting up a little video clip would kind of be faster. I hope that makes sense. The biggest thing is you're kind of biting off more than you could chew. You were putting good things in there, but there'll be things that we learn how to do as we go down the road here. So right now, just understanding the things about setting all these variables and doing the calculations correctly is the most important thing. I hope that helps.